All right, here we go. It is, I don't even know what time it is. Let's see. It is 12:30. I fell asleep. It's St. Patrick's Day. I had a nice podcast earlier today. But it's St. Patrick's Day. I got a few drinks in going. And, sometimes you take you just lie down, let your head down for a few minutes. Next thing you know, it's like 12 o'clock. And you're like, oh shit, I didn't have dinner. I didn't do any of the things I was supposed to do, as an adult. And I just woke up like in a panic, like, oh shit, I gotta get this week's episode put up. I gotta talk about melting giraffe. So I woke up in a cold sweat, 12:30 at night, whatever it is. I'm like, I gotta hurry up and get this done. So here we go. We're gonna get this bad boy done. Ooh, I like my deep, dulcety tones after I've just woken up. I mean, yeah. That's where my mind is at. This is an interesting intro. Melting Giraffe, Jacob. This dude was awesome. Local Kansas City photographer, but he's not like your typical photographer that just does weddings and easy little scenes of the city, going down to the West Bottoms and just taking high school senior pictures. No, we're talking like a legit photographer that does I call it like artsy type pictures. You guys can kind of check his stuff out on Instagram. It's melting_giraffe. And just kind of check out some of, I didn't know until after the podcast, kind of his, he's just got kind of a bit of a tragic story with some loved ones that were surrounding him that he's kind of lost. And I guess he's doing some of his inspiration maybe, or kind of coping. I guess I'm just kind of speculating because I didn't talk to him a whole lot about it, but it seems like this kind of helps out with some issues that he's had, like the photography stuff with lost loved ones. It's kind of a sad story, really, but this dude's awesome. He was a lot of fun. I had a good time talking with him and learning about kind of art in Kansas City and the Art Institute, and then I went on a couple different tangents this episode, which is not uncommon, but they weren't. You guys will hopefully like this episode. I had a really good time talking to him and meeting him, and you will see a couple different photos throughout the next couple weeks. I posted one last week of just my head up above the table looking at the microphone. That was a picture that Melting Giraffe did. And then I'm going to release a few more that he did of me throughout the week on Instagram. So give me a follow on Instagram if you're in that type of thing. Neandertalk Pod. And thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Just thanks for continuing to be here and showing up. Because of you guys, you're the reason I woke up in a cold sweat at 12:30 tonight to do this thing. It's true. It's true. I do this all for you guys. All right, I do it for me too. But yeah, before we get started with the episode, I guess I don't need to cover a whole lot other than I still need and hope you guys to subscribe and rate, review, all that boring stuff that I'm supposed to say before every episode. I don't know. Guys do it, don't do it. It doesn't seem like you guys are doing it because it's a pain in the ass to do. I get it. So, but if you want to have a pain in your ass for 30 seconds and say, yeah, we like this dude's podcast. Here's a couple stars or 5 stars, whatever it is, and let it make a little review. That'd be dope. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe on YouTube, all that stuff. You guys like my new shirt here? This is Lucid Flows hooked me up with this bad boy. All right, enough rambling. We're going to get this thing started. This is Melting_Giraffe, Neandertalk Podcast, episode 40-something. I don't know. Enjoy.
Time for Neandertalk.
Neandertalk Podcast. Podcast is always in my head.
Listen to Neandertalk.
Sherlock Boom in 3, 2, 1. Got my new strange music cup. Jacob, it's a pleasure. Thank you for being on my show. And you just crushed that cup of coffee and like you just chugged it like it was like you were a frat boy at a frat house drinking a shot.
I feel like then it would need Kahlua.
Sorry, man. I was really unprepared. I'm usually a really good host. I have good things for the host, beer and whatnot, but I apologize.
No, you gave me coffee. Thanks for having me. Sorry I was a bit late.
What did I tell him? I got my buddy over here running cameras that's stuffing his face. He said, you know what he said? He said, I'm really hungry, but I'm going to wait until we start the podcast to eat and just eat right in front of us. But what did I say to you? I said about 11 o'clock, I said to him, I said, he's an artist. He's going to be late. I go, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
That's just how artists are, right?
Oh, man. Is that how we are? Is that our stereotype?
Yeah.
Just always late?
Yeah.
Dang.
You guys think a little different. You guys got your own time.
Oh, man.
That's what makes you an artist.
Maybe. I thought it was all the drugs.
Probably. I was going to say, I was assuming you brought some LSD, some mushrooms, some DMT. You just... not that you look like that guy. I'm just going by the name Melting Giraffe.
Okay.
And some of your photos on there, I was like, this guy's going to come over here and we're going to do a little bit of tripping.
I thought about bringing some shrooms. Not going to lie. Just like, here's some.
That would have been a first for the podcast, and that could have been an interesting 6-hour, 8-hour conversation. Let me introduce you, man. We don't even know each other. This is the first time we met, like 5 minutes ago. I found you on Instagram.
Yes.
Under melting_giraffe.
Yes.
You're local. People were asking me who you were. I just said you're just like a local photographer, artist type.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I dig your stuff.
Thank you.
And so I think I hit you up and said, hey, man, would you... I'm really... Since this podcast has been growing, I've really become falling in love with the local art scene.
Yeah.
Musically, and just like photography-wise, artist-wise, like graffiti-wise, just artwork-wise, poetic-wise, comedy-wise, just the whole local scene of Kansas City. I've always loved it, but it's like I've fallen in love with it again recently because I've just gotten more intimate with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just love having guys like you on, and I'm so thankful that you said yes and that you're just showing up on just some random dude's podcast. But yeah, so you're just kind of explain your kind of what you do, what your whole Melting Giraffe really.
Ooh. So photography based. My background's fine art. I have a BFA in photography from the Art Institute. I started off specializing.
That's from right here, right? The Kansas City Art Institute?
Yeah, downtown.
Nice. Are you from here?
I am not.
A lot of people aren't. A lot of people. That's like is that a pretty like sought after school? Is that pretty prestigious or?
It's in the same accredited scope as all of the other art institutes in the country. So like SCAD, Risling, and Chicago.
Oh,
it's
right
on the same level as that, just a whole bunch cheaper.
Oh, nice.
So like instead of paying $50,000 a year, you're paying like $30,000.
Still, jeez, $30,000 a year to be. Wow, doesn't that kind of go against being an artist? Is paying that much to be an artist?
Yeah,
whoa. But you got to learn and you got to get Oh yeah.
Yeah, scholarships from high school. It's like here's $75,000 to. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go do that.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, they gave me a $75,000 scholarship.
Dope. Where are you from?
In between Auburn and Topeka, like on the very southwest side of Topeka.
That's Kansas.
Yes.
Auburn
is
never heard of Auburn.
Small little country town.
I've barely heard of Topeka.
I've
been to Topeka. They had a. I don't know if they still do. I believe they had a hockey team, like minor league hockey team. They were called Topeka Scarecrows.
Yeah, that was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's how old I am.
I went to one of their games.
Yep, me too. I drove all the way I was living in Wyandotte, Kansas City, Kansas there.
Okay.
Back before there was like a racetrack or anything back there. And me and my roommate said, hey, let's go on a road trip and go to a Topeka Scarecrows hockey game.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was cool. It was
Okay.
cool. It was an interesting like Kansas road trip. Like, yeah, it's not that was that far. It was only, how far is it? Hour and a half, 2 hours from Kansas City?
I can get to Topeka in like an hour. but I also speed.
And you can do that in Kansas now. You can. It's 75 miles an hour, right?
Yeah, and you can hop on I-70 and go
Yeah.
85. They
Yeah.
won't pull you over.
You're paying to be on that road anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also actually get a free pass to go on it.
Yep.
You just give them like your bank account.
Yeah. I cut you off. So yeah. So you came from BFE, Kansas, to get it. Congratulations on the scholarship.
Thanks.
Well, that's awesome.
Uh,
And so you go there.
I graduated from there.
Nice.
I specialized in surrealism photography. I have this weird philosophy about photos that all photographs are lies or curated truths.
Okay.
A lot of people go into images going like, this is truth. This is what it is.
Okay.
It's a representation of what everything's happening. But all photographs are
Yeah.
curated from the lens. The lens dimension warps. You can change someone's entire face just on the focal length of the lens. You have the viewfinder. You have the person who's taking the photo and the words they're putting next to it.
Yeah.
And all of that changes what that photograph means.
Yeah. Yeah. Does it?
Yeah.
Every time?
Every time.
Huh.
And then you have the audience. And every audience is going to take something different from it because of all of their past.
Wow. You know, that does make a lot of sense especially when I go through your Instagram photos, because you're not just taking, I'm sure it's the same even if I was taking a selfie with the Statue of Liberty behind me.
Yeah.
Sure, it's still the same. But with yours, you can definitely tell you are doing more than just, here's my phone taking a selfie. You got actual thought into it and art into it. And like, I mean, you're setting stuff up and you want people to think with your stuff, right? I mean, right? I mean, that's what that you're intending.
I hope so.
You have an intention, yeah.
It kind of depends on the image.
Yeah.
Some people, some of them I want the suggestion of narrative. Some I want them to think about something. Some it's just like, hey, this is documentary lifestyle. So kind of mixture. Recently, I've been doing this thing where I've been just talking to people about their happiness and different things like that and trying to take actual portraits of them instead of the headshot portrait.
Yeah.
Which is really difficult because it's really awkward to direct people and be like, this is who you are, but I don't know anything about who you are at all. I just met you.
Right. Huh.
So that's real weird.
You mentioned something, I wish I could go on it, but you had another thing where you like go through people's fears or something and then try to capture that. Is that right?
That was kind of something. That was when I was researching the history of boudoir.
Sexy photos? Is that what that is?
Boudoir is now sexy photos of like really hot women.
Okay.
But it's not what it was.
What was it?
The word boudoir is French and what's it called? Root. Man, I wish I had my phone here because I have a whole like 5 paragraphs about it. But boudoir is French and root. It originally meant to sulk or to retreat into oneself.
Okay.
Later, it became a word that described a room someone would go into to like escape all of the judgment of like the church and everything like that of society, so they could be themselves without fear or prejudice of punishment.
It was just a room?
It was just a room. So
like, was it like a town room or like in your house? You have this room?
In like your house or maybe like a cave down the
okay.
street. I don't know.
Okay.
Just something to go away and be yourself. So like if you're any kind of like...
I gotcha. Wow. No wonder you have a whole bunch on it. That's fascinating.
It is fascinating. And so I wanted to try to like take that idea and take photos of people in their boudoir instead of just sexy photos of them in lingerie.
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't turn into lingerie until about 1912 when pinup started.
Yeah. Why did it go to boudoir then? What did they change kind of the definition of? I mean, I guess I can come to a conclusion, but is there is there a reason why they changed it once the pinup girls? Now this is boudoir.
That's just kind of how language and culture works. Someone's like, hey.
Sounded sexy. Maybe it was a marketing term or something.
I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to research more into it. I can only speculate.
Yeah.
My speculation would be like how slang works. Someone was like, hey, this isn't actually what it is. It's more like this now for our culture. And then
Right.
pinup started with the war, and then it
Yeah.
turned into kind of magazine, and now it's
Huh. Yeah.
oh. And it's a lot of boudoir now. People like if you look at Bookward Boudoir, who's one of the bigger boudoir photo shooters here in Kansas City, they're like empowering women, and it's just like they're just taking photos of them in their lingerie, but
Right.
all women seem to have body issues because society tells them, no, you have to look like this, but it's okay to look like this, but that's
Yeah.
actually not good. And it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's get political. We're going down a political rant. You need some water over there, buddy? Yeah.
Is
All
your
right.
food spicy?
Spicy food? What do we got going on here? All eyes on you. We're picking on you.
We're live, so I started a cough.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Nobody can hear it on mic. It's just us.
Oh, okay. They can see his
Nuts.
head.
Where was I? Boudoir. Oh, so yeah. So what do you think of? So what do you think of the boudoir now? Of the trend of it? Are you cool with that? Are you cool with the boudoir photographer? Like, do you have any? That dude's a hack. That dude's just making money. He's not really an artist. He's just getting hot chicks to look sexy in front of him and make money off of it and stuff. Like,
I kind of have that issue with all art.
all art.
All art, because it's like a weird pull that's just like they're being successful for what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
but then they're also kind of like copying out into a brand. But that's good marketing. But is that how you further art? And so it's kind of like that pull. Mm-hmm.
Is there a constant struggle with that community of artists of, I don't know, sellouts and not sellouts, if you will? Would that be a good term?
I don't know.
Kind of seems like it. You're kind of like, that dude's doing it for money, and I want to do it for the art. I can see why there would be, like you said, the polls. There's those polls.
I have it in myself because I want to make money. I want to make like $5 million off of an image. That'd be dope as shit. But, I also want to not have to do the same thing over and over.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Like weddings or
Mhm.
like the boudoir people. Sure.
Yeah,
It would get boring. It would turn more into a job.
it's a brand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's any city you go to, you do see that brand, and it seems like it's maybe it's just because it's social media and it's
Mhm.
really easy to promote your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like you see so many photographers on social media. Like just someone goes, I guess it's maybe because
Yeah.
it's easy access.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's free marketing too.
Yeah.
Instagram's the biggest. Okay, TikTok actually just took over Instagram.
How old are you?
22.
Okay, so TikTok, is that what you're into?
No.
Oh, that's even younger than you?
Yeah, TikTok is brand new.
Right. I've seen it. I just know the kids are starting to kind of get into that, right?
I'm not really sure what it is. Is it like a thing where?
I don't know.
I
Dude, I'm almost twice your age.
okay, I'm not
I
really.
don't know. You're asking the wrong dude.
Okay. I don't really know what TikTok is. I just know that it just took over Instagram for biggest monthly users for the last month.
Wow.
And Instagram's got like 2 billion monthly
Uh-huh.
users.
I'm in that 2 billion.
But so Instagram is the strongest social media market currently. It's free marketing. You can pinpoint location. You can
Yeah.
pinpoint hashtags.
Hashtags are huge. Whoever would have thought that?
Hashtags are a beautiful thing. You
Uh-huh.
can go like KC photographer, since we're in here, KC podcaster, and niche market it even
Yeah.
more after that.
Yeah, I do that. I do KC podcast KC, stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's so good at pinpointing a certain market,
Right.
and then you can target all the people who are interacting with those things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just free marketing
Right.
instead of having to pay for advertisement and all this. And everyone's on their phone all the time anyway because, oh, I'm a server and there's no one here at work because there's 5 feet of snow on the ground.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And people like to search hashtags with things that they like, and so that's why
Do they do that?
I do.
You do that?
Well, yeah, I hashtag search podcast, podcaster, local hip hop, Casey hip hop, KC Art, KC Artists, Crossroad, and I'll just get bored, and I'll do the hashtag search, and then I'll hit the most recent ones, and I'll just check out what's been recently popping, and I'll see who's on there. That's probably how I found you. I probably did hashtag KC Art. I'm not saying that's exactly, but something along those lines. Found a recent post, and I bet it was that one. I can't tell you what post it was. One that sticks out is the one with the chair and the girl kind of bent over, pushing up against the wall, but it looks like she's hunched over with the shadow and the chair.
With the sheet coming down?
Yeah.
That's actually not a girl. That's me. That's a self-portrait.
Maybe let me see. No, hold on. I gotta pull up. Let me pull up the one I'm talking about. There's no way. This looks like a little black girl.
A little black girl?
That's what it looks like.
Oh. Then
maybe not little, but little in the picture. Gosh darn it. Now I can't. Here we go. I'm on my phone. Melting giraffe. There's no way this is you. Oh, that one. That's you, probably.
Okay.
No.
You're talking about a different one.
Oh, yeah. How long ago was it? This is
no.
riveting audio. Me scrolling through my phone.
Can you get a camera of the feed?
Probably. Unbelievable. I feel like a jackass right now. Somebody talk for me.
We can make music in the background.
Are you a musician?
I know how to make sound.
What does that mean?
I'm very bad at writing melody, but I can make sound. I can turn like Brian Eno stuff.
What's Brian Eno? Why can't I find it? You know what?
It might have got taken down. I've been having legal issues with Instagram and a modeling agency.
I could have sworn I just saw it. Like today, I thought. Wow. Do you know what I mean? There's a chair. There's like a chair, and there's a wall with like some vines or trees, and she's kind of pushing up against. All right. I don't know, man.
I think I know what one you're talking about.
And it's not here. It was here.
White dress?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what one.
Oh wait, here it is. Okay, there it is.
Down.
Yeah.
That one. Okay.
Is that who is that a black girl, little black girl? Maybe not little.
She's not little.
She looks like a kid from the picture.
Okay.
The picture to me, like you were saying, how it has, my perspective is it just looks like a young girl.
That person's name is Taylor. I think they're like 22 as well.
Oh wow.
They actually might be older than me. They might be like 23, 24.
Like, yeah. Like I said, that's just well. I like that one. That's really interesting. It looks like I don't know. It looks like I get a poltergeist feeling type thing from that.
Poltergeist.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my interpretation.
Being haunted.
I don't know. It just seems ghost. I don't know. It just seems ghostly.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just that's my interpretation of your art. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not going to tell you you're wrong.
What was your kind of thought process behind that picture?
Ooh, that picture was one of the second times I ever really shot with Taylor. Okay. And we were just kind of trying to figure out she really wanted to use this dress for weird fashion photos, I guess.
Okay.
Because I really love the fashion industry, but I hate it at the same time. Okay. They used the models recently as this deadpan thing, so it's just a vessel for the clothes, which is
the fashion industry.
Yeah, if you go look at
you mean like the heroin look?
The heroin look, the deadpan look. It's like,
yeah.
Is that the heroin look?
I assume if you're on heroin, you might have that look.
I think if you're on heroin, it's a little more dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, the deadpan. We'll call it the heroin look.
I will call it whatever.
Yeah, China White.
China White?
Yeah.
What's China White? Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so she came to that, and I wanted to take photos that were kind of fashiony, but that showed more of who she was. Mm-hmm. And so we were just kind of trying to figure out how to capture that within the photo.
Okay.
Yeah. And she wanted to go to this weird abandoned sandwich shop.
Ooh. I could go for a sandwich right now.
Yeah? Do you have a preference?
Yeah. If you said, "Hey Ryan, let's go grab sandwiches anywhere you want in Kansas City," I'm going straight to the Bronx on
Okay.
39th Street.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. How about you?
I don't eat bread. So
no sandwiches unless it's got a lettuce bread.
yeah. I'm not sure. I used to really like Which
Oh, which I've heard of that.
down in Westport.
Uh-huh. I've heard of that.
I
That's
haven't.
where that old Applebee's used to be, I think, right? Right by there.
There was an Applebee's in Westport?
Right across from America's Pub and across from World Market, right on that corner there.
Yeah. Why would there be an Applebee's there? That
Maybe
seems
Chili's?
that seems wrong demographic.
Chili's or Applebee's. It was
They're the same restaurant.
right. Yeah, it was one of those places that was right there for quite a while.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm old school Kansas City.
Old school Kansas City?
Mhm. You've been here for what, 3-4 years?
4.5.
4.5?
Almost 5.
You gonna stick around here or?
Actually, I'm looking at moving to Hawaii,
Oh.
Portland, Atlanta, Korea, and Thailand.
Ooh, man. Okay. Well, you gotta break it down to a much smaller list. Like, when are we talking this move's gonna happen?
Maybe a year out.
Okay.
So it's.
You better narrow it down. That's still a
I'm
long.
looking at it.
Would you got any front runners?
Hawaii and Thailand.
Yeah. Hawaii seems expensive.
Hawaii is expensive, but it's fantastic there.
Mm-hmm. But then it's starting to eat itself with that volcano.
Yeah, that's
You
only
know,
the
that's-
big island.
That
Yeah,
stuff's crazy.
it is.
Thailand. Yeah, Hawaii or Thailand does seem. Korea would be interesting.
Yeah, like get into Seoul.
Yeah, that seems too overwhelming for me.
Overwhelming.
It seems way too big.
I want to
way
get like
too
a
big.
K-pop girlfriend.
Don't we all? Don't we all? I'll even get a. Ooh, I just censored myself. I'll even get a white one that thinks she's doing it. One of those Asian Japanimation chicks. Damn, I had some of them on my podcast recently. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's funny, man. It is fascinating to see these young white girls from the Midwest cosplay being Japanese or Korean, Asian, Japanimation. They don't call it Japanimation. I got yelled at for that too.
Anime.
Anime. You know, I grew up in the 90s. It was called Japanime or Japanimation. Why? Because shit like Akira and Ghost in the Shell was from Japan, and it was a different kind of animation. I think now they're trying to twist it like, you said Japanimation. I think I'm offended. I think I'm supposed to be offended by that. That's where I think it's coming from, why they were kind of shocked. Like, it's not called that anymore. I was like, my intention is not to be racist, and I think yours is. So get out of here with that. It's Japanimation. Where were we going? Golly, I got on a little tangent. I don't know where we were going. How to get on Japanime. Oh, yeah. K-pop chicks. Wow. Yeah, I want one of them too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a good photo industry in that.
Yeah. I'll set you up with these the cosplay chicks. You can take some cool pictures of them. They're always looking for that stuff.
Yeah, but it has to be good cosplay. Can't be bad.
They're not
cosplay.
bad. They're actually not.
Okay.
Okay, so I think there's like a circuit. Not like a professional circuit, but I think it's kind of like let's say music or comedy. And I think there's open mic nights, and I think there's things like show up with your costume type thing. And then you kind of figure out, oh, you like it, and then there's like some kind of convention, and then you guys go to that.
There's NakaCon.
NakaCon, exactly. That's huge. So these chicks go to that. But so I think there's like these different stepping stones where you have to kind of build yourself and confidence and then grow your cosplay brand. And then you go to these big ones and end up getting invited. And if you're like let's not beat around the bush. If you're a really hot chick and you do some cosplay stuff, there is an easy market out there to just get paid. Paid. Son, are you kidding me? There are some dime piece cosplay chicks out there, and you're like, oh my gosh. And they found a market, and they're just making bank. Man, I got coffee running through me. I just won't shut up. I'm sorry. I've gone on some weird tangents today. Sorry,
It's
man.
okay.
This is not typical, but it's not untypical either.
No, just tangent.
I usually keep it to myself, though. I got this coffee just coursing through my veins. All right, so you're going to go to Thailand. I say Thailand. That's my vote for what it's worth.
Thailand.
This is his vote's Thailand, too. Cheap,
Uh-huh.
good food, really good people. The Thailand people, their motto or their way of life is they don't like to say no. They always want to be there and help people out, and like they're
Okay.
very gracious people. Like they don't say no. So if you need, they're just some of the nicest people on earth.
All right.
I'm trying to sell you on Thailand. It's like
I
they
can see
hired
that.
me as their visitation board or something. All right. So in a year, you're going to go to Thailand with any specific reason why you want to move? Like
I want to go to where it's not cold.
this winter will do that to you.
But there's actually more than just that reason.
No, for sure. For sure.
Well, as a photographer, there's actually not that big of a creative market in Kansas City.
Really?
So you have like a local scene that you can do, and which is really cool. It's
Mhm.
really nice to be in there. We have a Crossroads gallery shows,
Right.
but I want more than that.
I get it.
I want to like
I get it.
step up. I
Yeah.
want to start. I want to go to where I am literally the worst person in the city.
Your dreams are bigger than Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to like travel around the world, get world market photographs.
Yeah?
And I don't know. I want to be good at what I do. And I don't
Mhm.
think I'm there yet, but I don't think I'll ever become it staying in Kansas City.
Wow. 22 with a dream, and he's on fire. Dude, that's inspiring. God, why did I not have this kind of drive and motivation and dreams when I was 22? I don't know, man. That's incredible.
Were you high on a couch?
Not on the couch.
Not on the couch?
No, I was an athlete. I had played college soccer. I was high, but I was very productive. Like that didn't slow me down. I was
Okay.
very productive with. I did some of my best work being stoned
Okay.
on the soccer field. Anyways, you get stoned, you can run for days.
That is true.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good for your lungs. It's just, it's crazy the kind of studies they've done on. So you want to be bigger than Kansas City, and I can see that because Kansas City is a small town. It's definitely got a small art scene. I could see how you could be kind of a big fish in a small pond here.
I don't even think I'm a big fish here.
I'm not even saying yet, but I'm
Yet?
saying you're 22. You got a little
Yeah.
ways to go. You just admitted it that you're not there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be there yet. You're too young to be there yet. You got a lot to grow and learn and develop. It's going to be amazing with someone that's got drive like that. Dude, I'm pulling for you. I'm super stoked.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So what kind so you got the kind of like the artsy type stuff. You want to do that like how do you make money on that? Like if like go to Thailand and do some cool things. Like you just have to do you try to sell it to magazines and websites and stuff like that, or is it art galleries? Like what's
all of it? I was kind of the first thought I had if I would go there. You could teach English for a quick buck.
Oh, there you go.
And then learn how to take kind of like artsy tourist photographs, sell them to magazines, travel blogs. There's so many places that will
Right.
give you like free trips for having over 2,500 followers on Instagram and just posting about it.
That's it.
I've seen like
2,500 followers on Instagram.
that's it.
And you can get a free trip out of that?
If you're good enough. But
Right.
then you have to have good content. You have
Right.
to have good engagement. You just have to be good at what you do. But
Okay.
if you have a small market, they're okay with that as long as you're better than the bigger market because you don't look like everyone else. You didn't just throw
Okay.
a neon preset on.
Yeah. Okay.
So you could do that. I've thought about doing tourist kind of photographs, like making a market where I know how to take documentary photographs. I've been doing it since I was like a freshman in college. I carry my camera everywhere and make that like a package. So someone comes over to Thailand and they want to document their trip. I'll just hang out with them,
Oh,
follow them
yeah.
around, and boom,
And
we've
get
got
professional.
cool professional lifestyle photographs
Yeah.
that we can edit, and you can put them on your Instagram page, and now you've got media
Professional.
clout. Yeah, instead
Yeah.
of just,
Media clout. Boom.
instead of just selfiness.
How's that funny? Media clout. The word clout's a really popular term lately. I really dig it. I think it's funny.
It's so funny.
Clout chasing.
It makes me think of clouds.
Yeah, where did clout come from? Yeah, clouds, sure. I mean, it's the obvious. Yeah. I just think it's funny there's just clout chasers. Like that's a word. Like
Yeah.
that's a thing.
I don't know. I think I first heard it maybe a month ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. My friend who's a model uses it, and so she was just like, "You're throwing me clout," and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna keep
Hell
using
yeah.
this."
Nice. How do you find your models?
It kind of depends. Some of them are like, I always have a story up on my Instagram that says I want to take photos of you. I media market. Some of them are just like, you go to a photo shoot and there's like 5 models there, and so you're like, "Hey, we're friends now. You want to go take photos later." You don't actually have, from what I understand, any like super professional modeling agencies in Kansas City.
Oh,
you
no?
have some of them.
Mm-hmm.
I know Hallmark has deals with a couple of them, but I don't think they're not like the highest
Is
end.
it really like kind of like a small business?
I think so. And then you have
Huh.
a bunch of freelance models.
Yeah.
You have a bunch of freelance Instagram models. And or the H Hub.
What's the H Hub?
It's like this social media thing that you apply. I don't know if they ever actually deny anyone. But as long as you're legit, you're on the H Hub, and you can like send people and be like, "Hey, you want to collaborate?"
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I need to get on the H Hub?
Sure, it's a cool little blog.
Oh, it's a blog?
Yeah, it's a blog thing.
I'm always looking to collaborate with people with anything with this podcast.
Yeah, it's got a blog. It's got this thing where you can discover people in your local area. You can do it by like profession, by photographer, model, podcast, all of that. And then brands can come and look at it and give you like endorsement deals.
Okay. So what's like the best way for you to find your models? Do you just go on like Craigslist? Hey, any freelance models out there?
I haven't tried that yet, but
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of fun. Also, a lot of my models are just my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or me.
Yeah.
Take a lot of photos of myself.
How do you do that? Tripod and timer, I guess?
Tripod, I can tether to my iPad. I can tether to my phone. And then I also just got a little remote.
Huh. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Of course there is a little
Yeah.
thing to tether your apps to that stuff.
Yeah,
for.
it's like Bluetooth, but not.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Wow. Do you have any like big goal? Like I want to have stuff in National Geographic. Like is there like a like
I used to. It changes quite a bit because I think I keep changing as a person.
Yeah.
So when I first started taking photographs, I was like, yeah, I want to be in National Geographic, which anyone can actually get a freelance contract with National Geographic.
Yeah.
I think I got one my sophomore year of college.
Oh yeah.
And they'll send you things like, hey, this is an open call, submit, and they'll choose whether or not they like your photograph. But I don't really take those kind of photographs anymore, and I also don't really travel that much at the moment because
Right.
it's really expensive.
Spirit Airlines, anywhere in the
Yeah, gonna get shanked on a plane.
Well, bring one with you. You're a big dude. No one's gonna mess with you.
No, haven't had any issues yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about it.
Then at one point, I thought it'd be really cool to be like the best fine art photographer in the world, like kick Gregory Crutzen off his thing and being like the Whitney and the Guggenheim and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I will, but I think it's kind of pretentious to be like, yeah, I'm making art that's going to be there. I think that might be detrimental to like progress.
I think ego can be a healthy thing when put in check.
Yeah.
And I think if you that's not being egotistical, that's just being confident and setting your dream to a higher standard, saying, I want my shit to be the best ever.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't want it to be that?
No.
Is someone going to argue that? This asshole thinks he's going to make the best art that's going to go there? No, of course you want to think that. Anybody that does anything, I want my podcast to be up there with Joe Rogan's podcast, where everyone knows it, like one of the top ones up there. That's what I want.
Make it happen.
Just working on it. Guests like you are gonna get me there.
All right.
And when you make it big after your Thailand trip, you're gonna come back in here. Well, it won't be in here. It'll be in a bigger, nicer, pimper studio.
All right.
But you'll come back and then tell me about your K-pop girlfriend.
Deal. I don't know if that would be K-pop. Would that be T-pop?
I don't know. I guess how about yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that would be. Do they have pop there? Does Thailand have pop?
I don't
Probably
know.
not.
I just don't want a girl with a dick.
You got to be real careful there. You got to give the little I think you got to check real quick. Yeah. Yeah, I mean you say that, but you don't know. You might not. You might like it. Who knows? No?
Already tried.
All right. Well, never mind then. Done speechless.
Just make
tried
it
a
awkward.
lady boy. He just tried. Was it a lady boy or just a? I'm not gonna go into that. Never mind. None of your guys' business. When we shut the cameras off, I'm gonna ask you the real deets.
The real questions?
No.
How censored does this have to be?
How sensitive? What? Censored? Oh,
Yeah.
censored at all, man. This is the internet. Say whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I don't care.
I kind of want to take a photo of Trump's nipple and milk.
Why? What is that getting across for you? What is the meaning of that? Well, I would look at that and be like, okay, what are you saying?
I'm not saying anything.
Just want his
Yeah.
nipple and milk?
Yeah.
You want him standing up on his back, on his stomach? How do you want it?
I think I kind of want him laying down on a glass table, and there's two little cups for his
Okay.
man boobs. Then they drip, and then there'd just be two tall glasses of milk.
I'm not mad at it. Has he got his pants on?
I hope it would be like
This is like a dream photo, right? Like just if a genie said you can do anything you want for a picture, and this is it.
I feel like I'd want to do something better than that. This is just
You want to talk about clout? That's going to give you more clout than anything in the history of art.
probably
That will be bigger than the Sistine Chapel.
Oh man, only if we print it that big.
Oh no, it could be the size of a postage stamp. It would still be the biggest thing that you got. You actually got Trump to do that. That Trump and clout. Trout.
Do you think he would do it?
No.
We should tweet at him.
There's no way he would do that. Are you kidding me? That guy, he's got more money. No, you couldn't offer him enough money to do that. Now, ooh, do you know what scopamine?
Scopamine?
Gosh darn it! It's a drug in South America. I want to say Brazil. Scopamine, I believe it's called. It's called the devil's breath or something. I don't know. It's this stuff. It's a fine powder. You just blow it. If I blew it into somebody's nose and they inhale it, they become basically a zombie. And I can say, let's go empty your bank account. And you're like, okay, let's go. And I would walk with you. You would go to the ATM, put your stuff in there. I go, hey, put your code in, and you would do it. You would do it all and give it to me. And I'd say, hey, where do you live? Well, I live in blah 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 Westport. Let's go to your house real quick and let's move all of your furniture out there and just move it to my house. You would go, yeah, sounds like a good idea. Let's go. And we would do that. And then eventually you would pass out, wake up the next day and be like, where am I? What happened? It's a very dangerous drug. It's real. That's not a made up thing. That's real. You can Google it, look it up. Look it up on the computer here. Go. You know how to open up the. Hit Google first so people can see it.
It sounds like
Or actually find it first. We'll keep talking, but open up Google and find it. Open up Google and find it.
it's like a voodoo thing.
But it's real. It's a real thing. It's not like point being that if you could somehow get Trump alone in the bathroom or something, blow that in his face, and he inhales it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Trump, I would like to take a picture with you with some milk, sir. Okay, let's go. We can do it in the Oval Office. I think scopamine.
That would be the best place to do it.
SCU scopamine. There we go.
There it is.
Maybe world's scariest drug. Is that what? Is that? No. Pause it. No, read about it. I don't want to watch a video about it. It won't show up on here. But if there's just like a Wikipedia or something.
Right.
Now go on the cameras and hit Google so people can see this. Oh, that's Hisakine. That's something. Oh yeah, okay. Hisakine, also known as scopolamine. Wish I could read that. First thing started. Hit Google. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Now hit the Google page. There you go. Bring it back up. All right, there we go. Scopolamine, a medication used to treat motion sickness and something else, nausea and vomiting, is also sometimes used for blah blah blah. I wish I could. That's not very good. It doesn't define. Hey, there's a Vice. There is a Vice documentary. It's probably 20 minutes long or something like that. It was 35 minutes long. World's Scariest Drug, and it. No, wait, no, that's not it. That's Crocodile. You know what? I do know what I'm talking about. It's on there somewhere.
All the viewers can go Google it.
Yeah, I know. I want
independent research.
Yeah. Scopolamine mind control is what my nerd just said.
Gotcha.
He's looking it up. What do we got here? Is it up there? Okay. The mind control drug, most dangerous in the world. And look, and it just grows in these flowers. I mean, it's like super easy to get.
Now, is this a credible website?
Science Explorer. It's got the word science in it. Vice did a piece on it. Devil's Breath, right? Isn't that what I said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's I can't read it. I don't like having that monitor behind me. It's the only thing about this studio. I had a different studio.
Mm-hmm.
I had the TV set up different to where I could see it. Actually, where we could both see it. It was like, it would have been, like right there where we both could see it, but I wasn't able to do that now. It's coming, man. Anyways. So, yeah, that's how you could get Trump to do it, is by getting the scopolamine.
See, I would hope I could do it with my natural charm.
That ain't happening.
No?
Not with that dude.
No? Just be like, hey, Trump.
No.
We need to put your nipples into 2% milk.
Yeah, so we want to what now? He'd be like, Putin sent you, didn't he?
Maybe Putin can be part of the photograph.
Oh my gosh. What if, I got it, yeah. We're collaborating right now. What if it was Putin and Trump, both shirtless, looking at each other with glasses of milk, putting it up to each other's nipples. Just like that. And they're doing blah, 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 moving the jugs up and down with the milk, and it's going everywhere.
Oh, man. See, the way I was picturing it was we could still have Trump laying down with his nipples drooping into it, and then Putin could be on Trump's back like he's in his horse pick.
Yes. Shirtless.
Yes.
Oh, I like it. But he's got to have something more. It's got to be more than just
I feel like he should have
cookies.
Cookies?
Milk and cookies.
I don't think anyone wants to eat those cookies.
Putin does, and it's making a statement. He can be holding up a big bag of Oreos, a big box of Oreos.
Oh, man, I don't want to bring Oreos into this.
Come on, man. Oreos and milk. With Putin on top of Trump. And oh, man. If we got any graphic artists or anything listening right now, can you create Trump on all fours with his shirt off, with his nipples being dripped into some milk, with Putin shirtless on top of him, holding a big bag of Oreos? Something like that. Yes.
The Oreos should be shaped like little warheads.
With an eagle.
It should be warhead candies.
With an eagle in the corner. Jerking off. So if there's any graphic artists out there, send it to neandertalkpodcast@gmail.com, and we are going to get some serious clout with that picture. Come on. The melting giraffe Neandertalk podcast collaboration. We'll get it photoed. I'll put it right up here. Boom.
I'll print it out. That sounds fun.
That does sound fun.
Yeah.
Please, if there's an artist out there that can do that, that would be so hilarious.
How much does it cost for a billboard? Put it on a billboard. Just downtown.
on 2 light or 1 light?
What is 1 light?
This was that super expensive apartment building that they got down there in the Power and Light District.
Oh, okay.
It's where all the real rich uppity ups. It's where what's that gay show? What's the gay guy show that came to Kansas City? 5 guys and a straight guy or something. Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Those guys, I don't know if they're still here, but they did a season here in Kansas City, and they were living at 1 light or 2 light, whatever that light place is down there.
Is it like a drag show?
No, it's just an apartment complex. It's really big. It's fancy.
No, the queer light thing.
Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Yeah.
It was a show on like Bravo or TLC or
it was
something
like
like
a TV
that.
show.
And it was like 5 gay guys. I don't know. Let's say 5 gay guys, and they'd get a dude like me that has no style, and they'd say, "Hey, we're gonna teach you how to get styled up. We're gonna dress you up, and learn." And then
I know what show you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Yes," because apparently gay guys have the best eye. Certainly better than mine.
Yeah.
Again, gay guys out there, if you would like to style me, hit me up.
Free offer for stylization.
I am straight, but I am open to free clothing that is stylish and makes me look nice.
You need leopard print and fur.
Ooh, God, I wish I could rock that. I wish I could rock leopard print and fur.
I think the next season of fashion, Burberry is setting the trend with their plaid. So you gotta get some like plaid pants.
I got them. I just didn't put them on. I got some plaid pajamas in there. Yeah, some straight up like Caddyshack type plaid, huh? Like old school golfer pants.
Yeah, but it's got to be like, you got to re-hip it. You got to make it, what is it, 2019?
It is 2019, barely.
Yeah, so you gotta bring it into this era.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta like pair it with some Versace sweaters or something.
Versace slippers.
And some neck tattoos.
I wish. Wish I could get a neck tattoo. I like that little one you got in your hand here. You got some ink.
Oh,
You're hiding it all pretty well, but I can tell
Yeah,
you inked up pretty good.
It goes from here all the way up my arm, all the way over and down.
Dang. What's that guy? What's that guy? Illustrated Man.
Illustrated Man?
Mm-hmm.
The skeleton guy?
No, the guy that's like, no, not the Kansas City artist. I'm talking about the Illustrated Man tattoo, the dude that's tattooed everywhere, like old school, like from the 90s. Everyone's like, oh, I don't know, he was a thing.
Oh, okay.
Pull that up too. Pull up Illustrated Man from Google. Let's see if I'm trying out this new guy over here to see if he wants to be my producer or not.
Yeah.
And so we're giving him the test now to see if he can handle the job.
Oh, okay.
Do images up top. There we go.
Man, what is that photo right there?
Yeah, the guy.
Is it that guy?
No, that's a book. Maybe I'm thinking from the book, the Ray Bradbury book.
Maybe
I'm thinking of that.
But I still want to pull that up.
The fat dude?
Yeah, the fat dude.
Are you on the Google thing for the camera? Nice. I want people to see this.
Yeah, I want
people on YouTube. I don't know if you know, I do the podcast. It's on.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it's on YouTube as well. So people on YouTube can see this. All of you listening at home or at work right now, you're not missing much. Don't worry about it.
We're just pulling fat guys up on Google.
Now we're going down a rabbit hole we probably don't need to be going down.
That's okay.
We're going to start seeing tattooed things.
Why does this guy keep popping up?
I don't know, but he looks like my uncle, one of my uncles.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
Is he a cool uncle or a creepy uncle?
He's not creepy. Growing up, he I don't think he's an alcoholic anymore, which is good. But growing up, he was an alcoholic, but not creepy. Just a fun alcoholic, cool guy. Worked on cars and shit. But I remember once he took my brother and I, with his buddy, just driving from one place to another, and they stopped to get beer, and they were drinking and driving. Hey, don't say anything. We'll buy you some ice cream. I'm like, all right. Of course. Yeah, it was cool. Uncle Danny had a beer on his way over here driving. You son of a bitch, you weren't supposed to say anything. Yeah, I know, but I ate my ice cream, so what are you going to do?
I think everyone's done it at least once.
Drink and drive?
Yeah.
Not me.
No.
Not since ever.
Mm.
Don't do that. We got Uber now. You don't have to do that shit anymore.
It's true.
No more doing that. You know, it's so funny. I had a nightmare just the other night that I was drinking and driving. I was like, why? I go Uber. I'm going like 5 miles away. This is a shout out to Uber. Thank you for this keeping Kansas City streets safer.
Kinda.
Kind of safer.
The statistics, actually, they haven't done anything for safety. For drinking and driving safety. Since 2013, when Uber came in.
I bet yeah. I still bet it's lowered it. Because there's plenty of people. No. I mean, lowered the fact that lowered drinking and driving.
Mm-mm.
It hasn't?
No, they ran a news segment about it, like, around New Year's. And that it's still
countrywide, like nationwide?
No, the Kansas City did.
How about nationwide?
I don't know about nationwide. I bet nationwide has probably lowered it. It's just Kansas City wide it hadn't lowered it.
Do you have the regular cameras back up? Oh my God, this guy is on top of it.
Yeah, he is.
Might be he might get hired.
Might get hired?
He might get hired.
Are you going to pay him a livable wage?
Well, look, it's a internship.
Oh,
As a matter of fact, he is looking to get credits for the school of Como Barrio University. Huh? He's trying to work some debt. He is trying to work some debt off. That's for sure. He's my indentured servant, if we're being completely honest here. Here we go, guys. What do we got? Oh, he's looking up Uber statistics.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
I feel like nationwide it would have lowered it. Hopefully.
I just don't think maybe it doesn't have a big enough presence here in Kansas City because we are still a smaller market.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people are still a little apprehensive.
Really?
Not older people, but not like 25 and younger, but maybe like 26 and older are maybe not apprehensive, but they're just not as techie and like, oh, let me just go ahead and do this app. Let me go ahead and get Uber or Lyft here. It's just, it's the Midwest, man.
It's also kind of expensive.
Is it?
Yeah. I know some, depending
if you can't gauge it. It says they can't gauge.
It's the
statistics
are across the U.S. They're unevenly felt because there's a bunch of different things.
Is it just too hard to study, maybe?
People don't tell you when they're drinking.
Yeah, it's probably just too hard of a study, maybe.
That's true.
It is. You are relying on a lot of people's honesty to say, oh, yeah, I did drink and drive. I could have called Uber, but I said, Like, no one's going to say that.
True.
I'm not going to say it.
I don't want to spend $40.
That's a long trip, though. $40? That'd be like, I bet you can get from here to Westport for less than $40.
Maybe. It kind of really depends. It also depends on surges.
Yeah.
All of that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I guess if I know somebody in Westport. She doesn't have a car. She only does transportation and Uber.
Why?
Yeah.
What? Why not walk?
I mean, she'll walk when it's nice out.
Okay.
But like she's just not having a car down there. I don't get it. I think you still need a car.
When I lived in Westport, I had a car.
Yeah. Where do you live now?
Waldo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like Waldo.
Yeah.
Real nice down there.
I can walk to the well and Dotson's.
Nice.
All that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So how many followers you got? Like,
I think it's around 2,000.
Whew. All right, everybody. If you are obviously listening to this on Instagram, go follow melting_giraffe. Another 500 more followers, and he's going to be getting free trips.
Yeah, do it.
That's all we got to do.
Definitely want to apply for those.
So for your next year before you leave, what do you got going on? Like, what are you doing this year?
Right now, I've actually been starting a couple projects because a lot of my photos, it's more of taking photos of me or my friends.
Okay.
I've been trying to learn how to expand and collaborate with people I have no idea who they are. And it's been kind of weird. Some of them have been really awesome, and some of them haven't been.
Okay.
I met up with a band called Kid Computer.
Okay.
So I'm going to shout them out.
Shout out to Kid Computer.
So they're a local band. We did an interview that I've still been transcribing. It's like 2 hours long, and we've been taking photos from that interview.
Okay. I've seen a couple of them, or
yeah.
at least one of them. They're like in a tub or something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I want to continue in that direction with different bands. So I think
really?
that could be really cool.
Okay. Do they hire you? Like,
I
like,
mean,
like,
if you want to pay me.
right? But I mean,
but I don't know if I really want to charge anyone for that, because
Okay.
I'm a big fan of helping other creatives
awesome.
in our community.
No, that's awesome.
Because that helps me.
If you're looking for people, I might have people that, like some of my. I can reach out if you're I've got past guests that might be interested that are in the music.
That'd be really
scene.
awesome.
I can try and hook you guys up if you're interested. You can kind of go through some of my guests and stuff and see if there's any. I've had some interesting people on.
Okay.
I mean, we can obviously talk after the show, but I've gotten some friendships with some of my previous guests. It's been really, it's one of the coolest things that's happened to me, but with this podcast is just meeting awesome people and becoming friends.
Yeah.
And I love getting people together from the podcast, like, oh, hey, you should work with this guy over here that I had on and collaborate and do stuff together. So I would love to do that. If you're looking for people, I can try and find some people for you. And then I would love, and you know, I get something out of it because I get to see what you guys made, and it just be like, yes, I know those people, and they did something dope.
And then we could come back on the podcast and throw it back to you.
I mean, that's not why I do it. I do it for you guys. But yeah, I mean, I'm always looking for guests.
But no, that'd be really cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I want to start taking fashion photos, but like not fashion photos.
Okay, I want to start going out with fashion models. So again, we can collaborate somewhere.
Oh man, the only models I know are all
Instagram
in their
models.
20s. Are you okay with that?
Am I okay with that? That's all I. Yeah, I don't look. My cutoff age is 29. I don't date anybody over 29.
No one over 29?
Nope.
I don't think I know any ladies over 29, except if I'm except like in work.
No, I understand what
spots.
you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Again, we're collaborating. We're making things happen. Woo! Woo! We're going to get in trouble.
In trouble?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna
That just
surround me
means
with
good
some,
times.
Yeah. All right, Instagram models, hit this guy up too. Hit me up as well. So you're just looking for models for the next year to kind of do cool different projects, huh?
Yeah, I want it to kind of be a collaboration too, instead of just me saying, hey, do this, do that. But like, hey, what kind of styles are you into? How can we take photos of that? How can we have that seep through?
Yeah, get some of the personality of the model out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I definitely don't want to do any photo shoots in the West Bottoms because that's
Everybody
cliche.
does, right.
So fuck off if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. It used to be, a few people say that used to be the shit because nobody would go down there. They were afraid to go down there. It was the West Bottoms.
Why were you afraid to go down to the West Bottoms?
You're 22, man. You're 22. You don't know what it was like back in the day.
No.
Yeah, it was dirty and grimy, and like you had to be brave to go down there when the sun sets.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. But now they've been kind of revitalizing it a little bit. It's not. Wow, it's so interesting to talk to a younger person in Kansas City, because when I was your age, it was completely different. Like Kansas City, like it wasn't as big, it wasn't as nice. Downtown, there was no downtown.
I've heard.
As far as like power and light, there was no power and light. You could walk down. It was a ghost town. Westport was pretty trashy. Not that it's still got a little.
Still kind of trashy.
It's got some grime to it.
Yeah.
It's got that Westport grime.
It's like hipster grime.
It used to not be hipster grime. It used to be, somebody could buy some cocaine in this back alley in between Kelly's and whatever.
Oh, it's still
grime.
is.
Yeah, but it was like a little grimier. It was like seedier and more dangerous. I mean,
Gotcha.
it still got that element.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as bad because now they put like a lot of nicer
Gentrification.
Bar. Yeah, gentrification. There you go. That's what it is. Which is, I don't know, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, makes it safer, but makes it higher priced.
Yeah, yeah. I used to live down in that area, and I don't know that I could. I mean, I could afford it now, but it wouldn't be. I'd be like, man, I'm used to paying this for living down here. Now I have to pay this. It would suck. I wouldn't like it.
My last apartment there was $735 with everything included.
How big was it? Square feet? Do you remember?
Maybe 900.
That's good size. 1 bedroom.
1 bedroom with a den.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 735 with everything.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
I guess I paid electric, but my electric was like $30 every month.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's still cheap enough to live down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you get roommates, you could probably.
Yeah, I don't do that.
No.
Can't do roommate. I did it when I was first out of high school. No bueno. It's hard to do.
You just gotta get the right roommate.
No, there is no right roommate.
No.
Not, especially if you've lived by yourself.
Okay.
Do you have a roommate?
I have 2 roommates right now.
Okay. You're 22. That's fine.
Yes, and
But once you've lived on your own, you can't go back.
I have lived on my own.
You went back?
Yeah, because it was cheaper.
Okay.
Because we got a house.
Yeah. When I was younger, I would have been down with that. Like, it's cool when you're younger, but when you get a little bit older, you just want your own space. You want to do your own thing. You don't want to share anything.
I don't know.
I mean, that's just me. Like I said, I liked it too when I was younger, but now there's no way I could do it now.
That's okay.
It is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I do have 2 small roommates.
Are they dogs?
No, they're kids, but I only have
Oh.
them part-time. So I got part-time small roommates. One of them jumped in bed last night, and I don't even remember it. Woke up with a little 5-year-old breathing snot on me.
Oh, no. Don't get sick.
I don't think I might. He was sick. I don't think I will. Pretty strong immune system. I eat things off the floor.
It just boosts the immune system.
That's why I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just super conscious. Just like, gotta put these germs in my.
I'll put a steak on there and just start cutting it up and eating. Get this probiotic going. This gut flora. Strong.
Oh, yeah.
Drink,
Extra E.
drink
coli.
this black coffee like a man.
Is black what's more manly, black coffee or black coffee with whiskey?
I would say black coffee because I think the whiskey people would say you're not a man mixing that whiskey with coffee.
Okay.
A man drinks his whiskey straight
And warm.
and warm.
Mhm.
Yep, just straight. Yep.
Uh-huh.
That was an easy one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Who would have thought, though? What a tricky question. Because at first you would be like, well, obviously coffee with whiskey.
Yeah. What if it was after your coffee cooled and it tasted bad and you poured whiskey in it? But bad whiskey.
Yeah. Now you're talking like an Irishman or an alcoholic. I should have got some whiskey. This would have been my 3 out of 4 podcasts where I would have had whiskey. Should have gotten some. My bad. Not that you brought it up for that reason, but now I'm wishing I had some whiskey.
Whoa.
Let's go get drunk.
Might have some Crane Porters in my trunk.
What's Crane Porters?
Crane, the brewing.
You got
Company?
wow. Really?
And then the porter, the type
I
of
know
beer.
what porter is. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I just didn't expect you to say I know what Crane Porters are. I just didn't expect. I was like, is he talking what I think I'm talking about? He's
Oh.
actually got Crane Brewing Porter.
Yeah.
Wow. I wouldn't say no to that.
We'd have to look.
Yeah. Oh, you may or may not.
May or may not.
Well, it's up to you.
I'm not sure if they're in my fridge or not. I don't remember last night.
It's up to you if you want. If not,
All I know is I woke up in my coat this morning.
You woke up in your coat?
Yeah, my coat was still on my body.
What'd you do last night?
I had wine and poured it with Crane Porters.
Nice. That'll do it to you.
Made chocolate wine.
Oh, you mixed it together?
Yeah.
Why? Where did you get that idea?
I'm an alcoholic.
That sounds like a... I'm not mad at that combination.
Chocolate wine. It was their new one, the coffee stout
Yeah.
that they have with the cat on the logo.
I haven't had that one.
It's pretty good. It's like a coffee chocolate peanut butter porter.
And you mixed it with the wine?
And I mixed it with a Cabernet.
Ooh, and how was it?
You know?
It doesn't sound good.
It wasn't bad.
A porter with wine sounds interesting. The more I think about it...
I bet it would be better with Dark Truth.
No.
Mm.
Jeez, I don't. Maybe.
Another thing that sounds real gross but is really good is mixing half wine and half coffee.
That sounds gross too.
It tastes really good. It makes it taste like an Ethiopian mix, and then you're good, and then you're drunk.
An Ethiopian mix of what?
Like the type of Ethiopian coffee ground.
Oh, okay.
So if you use like a dark roast and then pour the wine, it makes it taste Ethiopian.
Ooh. Man, you know, that is an interesting drink. I mean, you're wired, but because for me, a red wine especially gets me kind of sleepy drunk. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's a real mellow, but then you
Mhm.
mix the coffee in there and you're like wired. So I guess it's just like a perfect cocktail of being drunk and speedy, but not overly drunk and overly speedy. And you're just riding that fine line. It's like they're trying to battle each other out to be sober, but your sober's battling both of them. Like, get away. We don't want to be sober. We either want this side or this side. And the other side are like, no, we want you to be sober. Does that make any sense? No?
No, I understand.
This has been a weird podcast. I'm sorry. I'm in a mood today.
It's okay.
It's not bad.
I think I'm just a weird person as well.
Are ya?
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
Because you're an artist?
I don't know. People are like, you're weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Those people are rude. You say you're rude.
I don't know.
What's weird? You're weird. You're
See-
weird for thinking I'm weird.
I don't understand really weird and stuff because
I
to
don't
me,
either.
I'm normal because I'm the only constant in my life,
Right.
you know?
Right, yeah.
But like, also, what really is weird? Because like, is
It's whatever
anyone
society
kinda the same?
says, I guess.
But then, does society really agree with a consensus, or are they just doing it because some dude with confidence said that was weird, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna agree with that.
I think there's some social norms that are kind of followed by
Yeah.
most people, and they would say that's weird. If you polled 100 people about a certain thing that would be weird, probably most of society would say that that's weird, and I think that's where that comes from.
I
I don't know where that comes from though. I guess maybe who knows? Depends on what the thing is they're calling weird is, right?
Yeah, I bet they would call my wine and coffee drink weird.
I would say it sounds like a weird combination, but I don't. Yeah, I mean it's different.
I recommend it. You should try it at least once.
I wouldn't say it's so weird I would never try it.
Okay.
Like, I would try that. Why not? It doesn't sound that bad. Some of the greatest creations ever were just weird things put together.
Yeah.
Were just weird ideas, like a lobster. You look at a lobster. Who says, I'm going to throw that thing in a boiling pot of water and see what happens?
And then it screams, and then they decide to eat it.
And they're delicious, though.
They are delicious.
They're delicious. So, like, things like that. Like, weird things. I don't know.
I think the weirdest thing, if we're going to go with food like that, would be like someone deciding to drink milk out of a cow.
Nah, because we, if you're going way back then, we were sucking breasts for milk, and that's just, that's milk. Milk comes from there.
Yeah, you think?
I think
think
that's.
so?
I think there's weirder things than
What
that.
about cheese? Because they're like, this is moldy milk. I'm gonna
That's a
eat
little.
That.
That must have been an accident, right?
Probably.
That was an accident. Some freak said, I'm going to try this thing out, see what it is. Hey, Ma, look at this. It's good.
Oh man.
I don't know. It's sour and it's creamy. Let's call it sour cream.
And that's how the South became racist.
With sour cream?
Just like that.
Is that how it is? I think we need to go back to the history books and figure out that one. Well, they're not racist anymore.
Hopefully.
That's what I heard. I heard they got rid of racism down in the South. That's just what I heard. I don't know. I haven't been down there in a while.
Mm-mm.
They say we're the South, right? Missouri? Aren't we the
Uh,
South, kind of?
No, I think
We used to be.
we're like Central. We're Midwest.
Man,
so
I thought so too,
okay.
but I've been hearing all of this Civil War stuff we had about Missouri, and apparently Missouri was quite the battleground.
yeah, there's the Bleeding Kansas
Yeah.
border war.
Yep.
So I think like if you go to New York, they think we're the South, but if you go to like Nashville, we're the North.
I wonder how we are viewed. We're like we're caught in the middle. We're not a Yankee and we're not a rebel.
Yeah. No, so Missouri was slave state and Kansas was free state, and then they just
Yep.
hopped the border and killed each other. Someone burned down Lawrence at one point.
Oh, they went in there and wrecked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burned it down, killed a bunch of people. Yeah. human history.
Okay,
You know,
so
people want to say that's just our nation's history. That's human history.
that's just
It's just
all
ours
of
has
it,
just been happened to be recently.
and where we lived, so that's why we think about it.
Yep.
Hmm.
Huh. Well, you said I don't know, something about. I keep wanting to go back to our Instagram thing, but
Do it.
I'll
Talk
stop.
about it.
I don't know. You said something about.
We just rabbit hole away from it every
Yeah,
time.
yeah, we do. You said, did you say you want to take some pictures of me in the studio or something about asking questions and then taking pictures, or has that changed now?
Oh, I'd definitely be interested in doing that. I don't have my camera today, but I can ask the questions and we can come back and take
Yeah.
some photos.
Let's do that. Yeah, I remember saying that. I was like, hey, yeah, you mentioned something about that. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll take some questions and we can do something like that.
Okay.
Let's flip the tables on.
Flip the
Flip
tables.
it. Here we go.
All right.
What do you got for me?
Ooh. Give me a moment.
Take all the time
I
you
have to
need.
think for what I want to do.
Sure.
Came unprepared.
I like him putting you on the spot.
You are.
See what kind of professional you are. Want
Okay.
to be in the Guggenheim and shit. Let's see.
All right.
This better beat our Trump and Putin picture. I'm just kidding.
That's okay. So I guess I associate you with this podcast, so I'm going to keep the questions kind of tailored
Beautiful.
to that.
Excellent.
So you mentioned you were really grateful for doing this project. What made you want to do that? Or what?
The podcast?
Yeah. What made you want to start this podcast?
I'm passionate about podcasts. I love them. I've been, since the medium began, since it's been around for a little bit. I've been into them as an early adopter, and I'm just passionate about them. Without getting, I've told the story quite a few times. It's a personal endeavor.
Okay.
I was in a time in my life that was a pretty dark time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And this podcast was an outlet to help me get out of a dark place
Okay.
and help me focus on other things and try to focus on a passion. And it also came at a time where I was going through a divorce, and I was just hanging out with my dad and I don't see my dad very often. He was like, if you could do anything you wanted, blah, 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 money wasn't an issue, what would you do? And like my first instinct was be a podcaster.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had just tons and tons of money, no big deal. I would have I'd have a bigger studio than this. I'd be able to get like huge, big name guests. I could do whatever I wanted. That's what it would be. I'd want to be a podcaster. And I was like, and I've also was just sick of being a procrastinator and somebody who would say, oh, I would like to do that. I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it someday. Well, someday's not on the calendar. So I finally was just like, you know what? I just want to do this. And it started off small. And then how far should I go, Casey? And then you know what?
You've never shared the whole thing on here, I don't think.
Yeah, I got involved with Casey over here with this project, and we just started embarked on this adventure. It started really small. It started with a card table in my kitchen with my computer 3 feet from us, a shitty mic, and 2 lawn chairs. Getting just absolutely drunker than any human being should be, especially on camera. And would just bullshit like that on Twitch. And it started off like that. And then it just kind of progressed. Like my idea was, let's kind of do something like that, but get a little bit of a nicer table, make the room a little bit nicer, and just do something cheap and just have fun.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, let's just do it. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. And then went on a spree of buying some nice shit, and we set it up. And I've been going at it pretty hard. I hit a hiccup for a few months. I first started, I did a couple episodes, and then some shit happened, and I took a break from it, and then I started back up. I'm just leaving a bunch of stuff that doesn't really need to be brought up. It's not important stuff, but and then I started back up, and I've been going hard ever since for about 8 months. 8 months I've been going just very consistently.
Yeah.
almost every single Sunday I have a podcast.
Okay.
So okay, sometimes I can't get a guest, or sometimes they back out,
Mm-hmm.
or sometimes I go on vacation or something like that. But I've been hitting it as hard as I can, and I've been really chasing it, just trying to make it something. But ultimately, it just started as a passion for me, and whether people listen or don't, I'm still going to do it because I still get awesome conversations. I still get people like you that will come in here and talk to me. And as long as that keeps going, I'm going to keep doing it. Like I've said since day one, whether I have 5 listeners or 500,000, I don't care. I'm still going to do it and just have fun with it. And I've been, going hard ever since. So.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
My next question is, what do you think you often feel when you're doing this?
Doing which part? The actual, like what we're doing right here?
All of it.
I look forward to it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think about it every single day. I think about the podcast, whether it's ways I can promote it, pictures I can do on Instagram for it, different guests I can do, looking on Instagram just to find guests. I'm always thinking about it and working on the podcast, and it's always a positive thing. There have been so many times where I've had a long day of work. I'm talking 12, 13, 14-hour days. I come home, and it's the last thing I want to do is do anything but just sit down, have a beer, and go to bed.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I got podcast shit to do. Especially when I first started. I have to learn how some of this stuff works. And just putting in those hours, it was like hard putting in a lot of work. But it was never work. It was always like, I'm enjoying this. This is like a fun project. I enjoy it. Like, I get nothing but joy, motivation, happiness. Just everything with this is good. It's just like, I love my Sundays. Like Sundays, I'm jealous for people that don't have Sundays like I have. It's just, I love it. I don't know. So yeah, everything is just passion and love with this podcast. Everything. And like when we're doing right here, like doing this, it feels natural. It feels good. I love looking at my guest with the purple curtain behind you. To me, I know you don't get to see what's behind you. It looks awesome to me. I just get to see it. It feels cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love it. Damn.
What about this purple curtain makes you love it as a background?
This is, I don't see some, all right. Do you know, every time I start saying Joe Rogan on this podcast, I'm going to have to put $1 in a jar.
I was going to tell you the same thing.
I challenge you to do it. Start it right now.
Something similar.
Yeah. But when people ask about it, I have to be honest with them and tell them the same thing. This podcast is heavily influenced by Joe Rogan.
$1.
In his studio. He's got so when we first started building this, we were tailoring some of the stuff of his studio because I liked the way it looked. And he's got like a really cool curtain like that. And so we went on Craigslist and found some cool purple curtain, like curtain made that. And so, but it's cool when I look at my guest like this. It feels like if you watch Rogan on YouTube, another $1, you can see the guest with the same kind of looking purple curtain behind, and it just looks cool. It's like, yeah, I feel like I'm kind of in his studio doing this thing, but it's not because it's my studio and it feels better. Yeah. Damn. There we go.
It's okay. Okay, on the flip side, I've been looking at the brick wall behind you.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
I think it looks great. I think it looks good on camera. The thing that pisses me off right now about the brick is you see this gray wall after the curtain.
Yeah.
It looks like shit on camera. I hate it. I need to get more brick for that, and then it's gonna look a lot better. But everywhere else, I love the brick.
Did
I think
you
it looks
put
great.
that brick in, or was it just part of it?
No, I put it in.
Oh man, that's really good.
Yeah, thanks.
It looks really good.
Thanks.
Is it real brick?
Nope.
Okay.
That's how good it looks. Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What else you got for me?
I have to think about it for a moment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Doom, 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 doom.
That's how my brain works. It takes a minute for me to.
I'm not
think
gonna
of it.
look at. You don't rush greatness.
Ooh, I don't know if I'm any great.
You don't rush an artist.
Okay. Well, so it sounds And you've actually exclaimed it that this is something you've kind of fallen in love with.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
big time. And I've fallen in love with it more and more
Mm-hmm.
all the time. It's really cool just to, it's my baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen it grow from absolutely just this tiny little infant of an idea to now it's like a toddler.
Mm-hmm.
It's, it's just started learning how to walk. It's kind of wobbling around
Yeah.
a little bit, but one day this thing's going to be, teenager with,
It's got angsty attitude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you think its emo phase is going to be?
I don't know. I never had an emo phase, so I
Ye-
wouldn't worry about that.
Okay. So we'll be okay.
It'll be okay. I hope. Yeah. Hell, my emo phase is probably what started it. If you want to call that emo, that was fairly, I don't know, emotional. Yeah.
Okay. But no, based on the way you answer, that's what I get from it. I see the love in the way
Nice.
you talk about it, and that's how I would want to capture you related to your studio.
Hell yeah.
I'm not sure how we would go about that quite yet.
Probab-
But that's where I think that's like my job to figure it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's where it comes hard.
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
You have, is that all the answers you need? Can you go from that, or what else you want?
No, I'd have to think about it, but my process comes from spending more time with people.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So maybe
Right.
in another 30 minutes, I would have
The answer,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. No. So what is with that chair over there? Is it any importance?
Nah, it's just, it didn't look good up in my living room,
Okay.
and I put it down here to just get it out of the way.
Okay.
And then when stuff started getting
Mm-hmm.
put into place, my first guest said, "Hey, I'm going to bring a friend with me."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh shit! Well, what am I going to do with this friend?" was like-
Put him in the
I
chair.
was like, "Oh, the chair's already down here. I'm going to kind of make it. I'm going to put it in here, and if a spot for her, and it'll be cool. That's like a cool little spot
Mhm.
for a guest because you get to
Okay.
see the podcast from here, and you get to,
Yeah.
and then you get a comfortable chair. You're not on camera over there.
Mhm.
If you want to dick around on your phone the whole time and
Mhm.
just not pay attention, you can. So I've just left it. I think it looks good.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not the important. There's no importance to the
Mhm.
chair. It's just I think it just fits. And there's another reason.
Mhm.
There's just a small part of the wall without that foam
Yeah.
on it, and so that blocks
Bottom.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, can you talk to me about these knickknacks?
These knickknacks are all things that guests have brought me
Ah.
for the most part. This is a trophy that my son had from soccer, so
Okay.
he wanted me to have it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the stickers are from Lucid Flows,
Mhm.
the guy I was telling you earlier, the rapper. This is a dude who I met when I met Lucid Flow in a back alley. He was doing spray paint with a buddy, and that's him right there. That sticker is mythic.
Okay.
I had a local rapper on named Alexander the Great, and he brought me his album.
That's really awesome.
Lucid Flows. He didn't bring me that album over there,
Mhm.
but this other girl that knows him really well
Yeah.
brought it for me when she was on.
Oh.
The Demonstration, that CD there, Alan Wayne the Prodigy, phenomenal local rapper. Phenomenal.
Okay.
He brought me that. That's his latest album. He brought me that one. These fish slime. That's a lip balm
Mm-hmm.
for like chapped lips or whatever. That's from a guy on that I had on the podcast that his Instagram name is Man Eats Wild,
Okay.
and he also sells fishing lures and fishing line. That other sticker there with the fish that says Atco,
Yeah.
that's his company too. He just gave me a bunch of lures to give away and some line and then a couple other things, and that's some of the stuff that I've kept from that.
Okay.
That flask somebody gave me with my logo on it. She made me some things. Underneath that is a pass. I did this thing called KC GameCon. It was a gaming convention. And I just asked him, one day, hey, can I be your guys' official podcaster for your event?
Ooh.
They said, yeah, that'd be great, actually. We'll set your table up. And so I went and did that, and they gave me a pass so I could go in and out whenever I wanted. That's where I talked to the cosplay chicks. And then that other business card there is actually from the same game con. That's from Central Methodist University. He is an esports head coach at that school. So he's a head coach for gamers.
Okay.
The deer head, Casey shot that deer out on his parents' property, kind of lacquered it up and stuff, and gave that to me. And I guess that's the knickknacks.
Okay.
And then over there, just whatever. Yeah, there was the knickknacks on the table. Oh, one more. These crystals. My buddy who was also on the podcast, Curtis, he's an extreme adventurer, snowboarder, climber, all this kind of stuff. He got those and brought those to me. Said I don't know, were just crystals. So he just gave them to me. Okay.
For the Game Pass, isn't that amazing how that works? All you have to do is like, hey, I want to do this, and people are like, sure.
That's what I do. That is the motto. Basically, the motto of my podcast is basically just ask people to do something. The worst thing they can do is say no.
Yeah.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Wayne Gretzky said it best. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't take shots, you're never going to score. I was going through Instagram, and I saw this dude that was the official photographer of KC GameCon. And that's where I gave me the idea. I was like, I'm going to hit these people up and say, hey, can I be your official podcaster? I was like, yep. And afterwards, they invited me back. They said, hey, we want you back next year. You did a great job.
Yeah?
Yeah. And, yeah. Phew. There it is, man.
That's awesome.
That's Neanderthal Podcast, baby.
Okay. So I think I don't have any more questions at the moment.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Do you have any more questions for me?
Where'd you get that hat? I love it.
So I am an ex-Boy Scout. I got my Eagle Scout at 13.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We were canoeing through Canada.
Boundary waters?
Yep. So, and on one of the portages, there was that hat just sitting in the trail. So
nice.
I bent over with my 100-pound pack on my back and took it.
Nice.
I've had it since I was 13.
Dude, I love it.
The ex-owner has it branded right there. That's kind of fading now, though.
Oh, dope.
But it has a canoe brand.
It must have just fallen out of his pack and he didn't know. Why wasn't he wearing it? Maybe he died. Maybe a bird took it and flew off and then dropped it.
I don't know. I bet it just fell off his hat, and he was probably carrying a canoe, and those canoes are 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Food packs go up to 150 pounds.
That's a nice hat. I would have stopped everything and said,
wear it.
Yeah.
It's like it kind of works with the wide brim hat trend that's been happening for the last few years.
There's a what? There's a wide brim hat trend going on?
Yeah.
Well, you are in the art scene or in the modeling scene. Mm-hmm. You would know.
Yeah, like you can go to Urban Outfitters and get a hat like this for $170.
Jeez, I was just thinking I want to go fishing with that hat.
Well, you got some lures.
I got lures. I got fish balm. I got line.
Do you got any poles?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm a fisher. I've been fishing my whole life.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's a fly fishing hat is what I would do. I'd have some flies tucked all around that thing.
Well, we can go fishing with it if you want.
I want to. Let's go fishing.
Well,
not today. It's 10 degrees and a foot of snow out there.
It's also ice.
Yeah. Speaking of, I thanked you, but I want to thank you again for being on here, driving in the snow and the whole horrible weather to come. Come here, man.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for having me on here.
Heck yeah, man. I appreciate you. It's always just a shock when people say yes and then show up and do it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Jacob, if there's anything else you'd like to say, this is your spot, man. Pimp whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Ask Trump to get his nipple-soaking ass in here, and let's go.
All right. Well, first, I do want to thank you for having me on.
Yeah, man. Oh, can you put the widescreen on real quick? I never got a fist bump from you, man. I give you a fist bump for being here, bro.
Boom.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go on.
Thank you for having me on. That's really cool.
Thanks.
Podcasts were a new experience for me, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I hope I wasn't too awkward.
Are you kidding me? I was the awkward one.
Then I definitely do want to take photos.
Me too.
Could we actually stream that? Would that work for your podcast?
Yeah, we'll stream it, see what happens.
Okay.
Make video, we'll do something.
Seems like you have a big affinity for this curtain, so I want to incorporate.
I like it all, yeah.
I want to incorporate your curtain in
Okay,
that.
dope.
What else? Hey, Trump, if you're out there, I want to take photos of your nipples and milk.
I got milk.
I'll supply the milk and the photo supply if you supply your nipple. Yeah, and if anyone ever photo books, hit me up. Listen to podcasts you're listening to right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Casey, hit that stop streaming button. We're out of here. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Find me on iTunes, YouTube, wherever you want. I don't care. Just, I'm glad you're here. Peace out.
Listen to Neanderthal.